Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon, and today we're looking at the Yak-1M review and how to make it work for you. The Yak-1 is a Tier 6 Russian light fighter characterized by great turning ability, very good speed. The downsides to it are the HP is a little bit low, the optimal altitude is incredibly low, which means you're going to be flying outside of the optimal altitude a lot. He doesn't climb incredibly well, and the guns are adequate but nothing more. I start the game by head-onning two opponents. One was a Japanese light fighter which was going to have less HP than me, so he did die first, but he did take almost half my hit points with him. I decided not really to head on the P-40 as his guns are a little stronger than the Japanese fighters, and he is not low hit points, so he would have took a little bit too much away from me. A great strength of the Yak line is its high speed in the horizontal. That means you can keep up with a plane like the P-51A in front of me. The P-51A is incredibly fast, fastest fighter at Tier 6, and yes, he is engaging in some stupid turning ability, but even when he decides to try and get away from me, the dive speed on the Yak-1 is very, very good, allowing me to keep up with him pretty well. In other turn fighters, such as the Japanese planes, the boom and zoom aircraft will typically just blow by you, not allowing your gun to do much damage. But the Yak line keeps up with the boom and zoom aircraft well enough to let the guns work. The Yak-1M also retains energy fairly well, which is why I'm doing a lot of high yo-yo maneuvers rather than extending the flaps too terribly much. The downside of the Yak-1M in terms of speed is the boost really doesn't help much when climbing, and you're going to stall out when you get too far above the optimal altitude line pretty quickly. The guns in this video look a little more impressive than they are, simply because a lot of my opponents are Tier 5 and will just naturally have less hit points. I have them loaded out with armor-piercing bullets. I think standard bullets would be fine as well. I generally don't use incendiary a lot. So here there's a BF-109E in front of me. He is trying to climb into the vertical, and you'll notice that I activate the boost. There's not really a huge boost duration, and I'm losing speed pretty quickly and trying to climb outside of the envelope without boost. You'll notice that I'm just on the verge of stalling before I kill him. If there were more Tier 6 aircraft in this fight, I really wouldn't stray too much outside of the optimal altitude, as without the superior maneuverability, the Yak-1M can get killed really, really quick. Another nice feature of the Yak-1M is the 20mm and 12mm guns. Both have roughly the same range, so you generally don't need to worry about just sniping with the 20mm. Just run all your guns at the same time. They also have fairly good gun heat. The only thing that gives you too many problems are some of the bigger heavies, like BF-109Z is pretty tough to chew through, and GA isn't exactly amazing to chew through either. But for most other aircraft, it's going to be relatively effective. I really want this 9th kill, so I finish with style, with a ram, because why not? Very good game, nets me 3,200 XP, 90,000 credits. That's pretty good. Love this plane, love the Yak line. Hope you enjoyed, happy hunting.